Okay, so hi, greetings and welcome to my channel. This is the real TBT here. My good friend, you should feel so much welcome. Yeah, so with me right here, I have a newspaper, and it's an old newspaper. It dates back in 16th October, year 2004. Yeah, so you can imagine how many years ago are those. There are quite many. And at the back here, we have a program lineup back in the days. We have, the lineup for some of the popular TV stations back then. And I was curious enough to kind of juggle my memory and go back in time. And as you all know, that's the theme of our channel actually. TBT stands for Travel Back in Time. Yeah, so I think we can take a look together and kind of remember some of the programs that were present back in the days. Yeah, so let's do this. As you can see there, we have that's the newspaper. We have Nation TV, because in fact this is a magazine. It's one of the Saturday magazines inside the newspaper. So this on this date, 16th October 2004, it was on a Saturday. Yeah, so this was the program lineup. Of course, we have Nation TV as the first one, and let me have this closer, a bit closer, so that I can see. So 6 a.m. in the morning, we had the TCM movie, 7:30 CNN. Yeah, of course, I remember by the back then, as I was going to the school, because I was in primary school, I would, at times as I'm having my breakfast, I would switch on the TV and check what's going on there, and then switch it off. Hurry up with my breakfast and head over to school. 8 a.m. we had Exalted World. I believe that's music, some sort of gospel music. Then 8:30 we have Living World. Hey, this program dates back in the, well, I think they changed the name to AM Live or something. And we had the likes of Akina Kobi Kihara presenting on this show. Then 9 a.m. we had Cartoon Network. The day back in the days when Cartoon Network was Cartoon Network. I don't know if you remember some of the cartoons. We had I think Dexter, Powerpuff Girls. We had Johnny Bravo. Which other ones? I don't know. Do you remember some of these cartoons back in the days? Maybe you can comment down there below. And it was running from 9 up to around 10:30. That's when the CN would disappear, and then we had drama festivals. 11:30 we had The Beat, of course, because it's on a Saturday. The Beat used to air on Saturday, 11:30, but on weekdays it would air on around 5 p.m. in the evening. Then we had so The Beat would run from 11:30 to up around up to 1. Wow, okay. Then 1 p.m. we had lunchtime news. 1:15 we had the movie. Yeah, of course, this movie would be, at times it would be a rerun, from the previous Friday, because on Friday nights we used to have movies. Yeah, so I guess that's when they would air the movie there, and then it would run up to 2:45. Then we have Strong Medicine. I think it's a show about medication and medical stuff. Then we had Touchdown, 3:30. At 4 p.m. we had The First Wave. I don't remember some of these things. Then 5 p.m. we had The Fugitive. I think that's could be an investigative program. And then 5:45 we had The Stomp. Yeah, I do remember The Stomp, by the way. I think the producer was, I don't know if it's Other K or something. And they used to air gospel music. Back in the days, we never used to have YouTube. So much of the gospel music used to be aired on TV, used to access it on TV. Yeah, so they used to have the Stomp, and the Stomp would be rerun on Sundays around 10 or 11 a.m. there. Then 6:40 we had Let's Cook. Yeah, I remember the host was Susan Kamau, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, so she used to cook some awesome recipes. But of course, some of them used to be complicated, so maybe you can't relate, especially if you're from the village. Yeah, and then at 7 p.m. we had Nation, Jioni, the Swahili news. Then 7:95 we had Kaya Kayaya. Yeah, Kaya Kaya used to be hosted by Lolani Kalu, if you can remember back in the days. Then 8:05 we had Todo Sobre, Camila. Wah! That's a soap opera, of course, and I'm assuming it's from, it could be Mexican, if I'm not wrong. 9 p.m. we had Nation at 9. Yeah, Nation at 9. Yeah, so that's primetime news. And then 9:45 we had the movie Patriot Games. And then 11:10 we had Late Night Nation. 11:30 we had The Beat. Of course, this is a rerun now from The Beat we had previously during the day. And then 12 TCM movies. So they used to have a lot of movies. Yeah, so that's Nation TV in summary. Then we move on to Family TV. I never used to watch, Family TV much, but you can see programs such as, Joy Junction, Kids Like You, David and Goliath, Superbook. So I don't remember much on Family TV. Then we had KBC, the all-time, yeah, because some of these other stations used to disappear because we were analog back in the days. So if you have bad weather or maybe the network signal is poor in your area, then you're only left with KBC as the choice. Yeah, so KBC, let's see the programming back in the days. For KBC we had 9. Yani, you mean they're starting at 9 a.m. Okay. Neno litakuweka huru. I think that's some preaching or something. Then 9:30 it's Good Morning Kenya. I think the show runs up till date with the same name, Good Morning Kenya. Then so it's kind of like a talk, show in the morning. Then 10:30 we had Nguvu za Mwenyezi Mungu. Again, could be music or something. 10:45 Kids Unlimited. Get Real Music. 12:30. At 1 we had news briefs, of course. 1:15 we had DW News. Yes, that's Dushwele TV. I think that's German. 1:45 we had 21 Jam Street. I don't know if it's music or something. 2:30 we had Siasa, Sanaa ya Kiswahili. 2:55 Vitimbi. I'm not sure whether this Vitimbi is a rerun because we used to have Vitimbi around either Monday 7:30 or Tuesday 7:30, around there. And 3:15 we had Dunia Wiki Hii. So I think that's a summary of what has been happening over the entire week. 3:45 we had Pulse. Could be music. That's music. 4:15 we had North of 60. I think I remember this program, North of 60. But I can hardly recall any of the actors or the plot to the show. Maybe if you know it, you can share with us down there in the comment section the plot of maybe all the main actors. Then 5:15 we had Africa Within. Again, that's political. 6 p.m. we had Going Up. 6:30 Sports Roundup. This used to be there for quite a long time. 7 we had Taarifa za Habari ukisomewa na mimi Buddy Moxin. I do remember some of these presenters. Buddy Moxin, I think even Kanzedena used to be there at KBC. We had, I'm not sure whether Pauline Shegu was also a news anchor there. Yeah, so those are some of the people I do recall who are reading news at KBC. If you recall any other, you can comment there. Then from 7, we had reflections 7:40 reflections, and then 8:15. I don't recall anything about reflections, but the name rings a bell in my mind, but I don't remember any of like the presenters, or not presenters, like how the show was about. Then 8:15 we had SmackDown. Wow. This is WWE wrestling and SmackDown. WWE, they used to have two shows. We used to have Monday Night Raw, which by the way used to air on Tuesdays here in Kenya at 8:15. And then we had the Blue Brand, which is SmackDown. It used to air 8:15 on Saturdays. And then we used to have a rerun of the same show on Sunday around 3 p.m. there. Either 3 p.m. or immediately after 1 o'clock news. Yeah. Because after 1 o'clock news, we used to have Dushwele news from Germany. And then from maybe 2 to around 3, that's when SmackDown would air. And then Pastor Pius Muru would come for 1 hour. So either prior to that or before that. Yeah, so SmackDown. I don't know, remember some of the wrestlers in SmackDown. My favorite used to be, of course, we had, I used to have, various favorite stars. For example, it would depend with maybe the season or whoever is reigning champion at that time. So Rey Mysterio, of course, he was a high flyer, so I used to, like his moves in the ring. John Cena, of course, he used to build up, the hype, because John Cena was the WWE champion at the time. And then on the other end, on Raw, we had Batista as the heavyweight champion. So they used to have two, championships. That's, it was favorite. At least it used to make our weekend, Yes. And then 9, we had the news. 9:45, we had The Bold and the Beautiful. Of course, it's a very, very popular, soap opera. And unfortunately, we never used to, to watch it, because as kids, we are being told, it's late for you to be up, and watching this stuff. And then again, it's rated 18, so we were supposed to go to sleep at the time. So I just used to, recall the theme music of The Bold. And then, I don't know, I used to hear, our parents say some of the star actors, such as, I think, Taylor was one of them. So I can only recall Taylor on The Bold and the Beautiful. Yes. And then 10:30 we had a movie. 11 we had late night news. 11:15 another movie. And then 12 a.m. closed down. Yeah, so by the way, the KBC, they used to shut down, the station. When it's around, 12 or 1, around there, in between. Yeah, so they used to shut down, and then all you have is, static screen, nothing is going on, and then the show resumes the following day in the morning. Yeah, so that's KBC for you. KTN, let's go to KTN. KTN, we had 6:30 a.m. Pambazuko la KTN. 6:45 we had CNN. 7:30 Pambazuko la KTN. So I think these are some, like local news or something, if I'm not mistaken. And then we had 7:45 Pink Panther. I don't know whether that's a cartoon or something. 8:30 then we had Johnny Bravo. Hey, Johnny Bravo, is this a cartoon or what? At 9 we had Barman of the Future. 9:30 we had Justice League. What? 10 we had Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. KTN used to disappear at our place quite a lot. So some of the programs I don't recall, but let me just go through the list here. 11 we had Atmosphere of Miracles. 11:30 we had Native Talk Trails. 12 we had Gillette World Sport. So at least for Gillette World Sport, I used to watch it. It was like sports roundup over the globe. And then 12 that we had Initiative Africa. 11 we had Lunchtime News. 1:10 we had Camel. At 2 we had Drew Carey Show. 2:30 Point Man. 3:30 Boy Meets World. 4 p.m. we had Spy Games. 5 again we had Gillette World Sport. Again it's a sports roundup. 5:30 A Different World. 6 we had Days of Our Lives. Yeah, I think I remember this program, Days of Our Lives. But I cannot, recall any of the actors. 7 we had Ketien Leo. 7:35 we had VP. 8:05 again it's a soap as usual. La Revancha. 9 KTN Prime News. 9:40 we had Sabrina as a movie. 11 that we had Late Edition and Comedy Central at 11:45. Yeah. So the rest are Kina Mnet and Supersport. We never used to, watch much. Not unless maybe you have a DSTV at your homes. And DSTV back in the days was a luxury. Then, as you can see, they have a highlight there. Simon Batch. I've heard this program by they being mentioned by people when they are referring, to those childhood days. But to me, I don't recall like the plot of the program. So if you do, for Simon Batch, it used to air at 9:50 on NTV. You can share with us. And as you can see here, this used to be the NTV logo back in the days. Of course, with time, NTV has, transformed the logos from, this one to another one, which is still in use at NTV Uganda. And then from there now we have the current logo for NTV. Yep. So that's pretty much it. Then for radio, actually, as you can see, Nation FM, something interesting here. At 7 a.m., we used to have Nation FM Kamusi ya Changamka. And then the host used to be Monene Nyanga and Nuhu Bakari. For Shairi, Fumbo, Vitendawili, Uliza Ujibiwe, Challenge, and all great. So it seems Monene Nyanga and Bakari, they used to be a duo and a team from way back in the days. And you see, they used to to host this show at Nation FM. And then nowadays, of course, the time of making this video, they have a show they run, a small segment on Friday news called Longa Longa. Yeah, where they bring some Swahili insights. And they're doing a great job by the to kind of uplift the Swahili language and put it on the map there. Yes. You can see the radio stations we used to have. Used to have KBC Radio, we had Metro East FM, Ramogi FM. Hey, Ramogi ni ya kitambo. Okay. Yeah, Metro FM. I think I used to, there are several people who used to be here at Metro FM. And one of them is a YouTuber. Yeah, she goes by the name Susan Mwangi. She's based in the US. She has narrated on her channel how she joined Metro FM and the entire journey. Also, I think Jambiko Ika used to have a show there at Metro FM. Yeah, I think a reggae music kind of show. So other radio stations used to be Capital FM, Kameme FM. Okay, I know Kameme because that's like my native language. And as you can see, they never had, wide programming. They used to have Nyebosi Akokosa. And then from there, it's up to 9, Bambika, all that. But then again, it's a Saturday. So on Saturday, we never used to have a lot of, shows there. So it's majorly music. Then we had Family FM. It's still there till date. Ikra FM. Baraka FM, Radio Aumini. Surprisingly, I did not see Citizen TV around there. So I don't know. I think back then they were not, up, or maybe there was an issue. That's why they never appeared. But anyway, it is what it is. Yeah, so that's the programming back in the days. I don't know if you recall any of these programs. And if you do, you can just leave a comment there of maybe some of the programs that you recall back in the days. And yeah, that's it. That's the program lined up in the year 2004. Close to 20 years. Close to 20. Those are 19 years ago. Program, line up for 19 years ago. Yeah, so that's it. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah, until next time. Yeah, take care. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe. And see you next time.